Let's go, Joey. Hello. This is Nate. This is Nate Flies. This is my YouTube channel where I record myself flying on Flight Simulator, and I try and get better because I am preparing for VATSIM flight sooner than later, which is a big online network of aviation geeks doing air traffic control. Enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard while we get started here. Welcome to Tampa. This is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, sad pilot, which I am not today, because you guessed it, no work. Well, I have work, but I'm not doing it. Yep. Exactly. See? Alrighty, well, without further ado, let's fly an airplane, simulate flying an airplane. Today I'm going to Havana, Cuba from Tampa, and probably back again because I got some time today. So yeah, this is XP12. Welcome to XP12. Just sort of regular map enhancement scenery. But here is Tampa Bay, my old stomping grounds. Give a nice little look. I used to live somewhere out there. Nice. Yeah, just the default airport. So I'm in XP12. I am in the Zebo mod. here, a Boeing 737 from Southwest, and they actually do a Tampa to Havana flight. So that is our routing today. I think they go like every day, Tampa to Cuba and back, Tampa to Havana and back. So that's the flight we're doing today, and I'm coming to Florida because it's very cold where I live right now, and there's snow on the ground, and it's terrible. And this will make me warm up and feel a little better. So so what we're doing today is we will be getting the aircraft all set up and following some real world procedures as best I can, and I'm going to try and fly the aircraft as best and legitimately as possible. This stream is very much in the spirit of Indiana Jones. Fly, yes. Land, no. So yeah, I'm practicing my landings, and X-Plane is the main thing since this is the newer sim that I'm starting to get used to, and over Microsoft, and so just trying to get it all down. So what we are doing today is we can do some little some chart look here. I can show you too on just the actual map what we're up to. Here we are in beautiful Tampa Bay, over the bridge. Last time I was here, I stayed at the Grand Hyatt, which is right here. Great view of the harbor. Or is it higher? I always get it mixed up whether it's no, it is off this. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll be flying from Tampa today. At least when I file it, I'm gonna do it just because I'd rather fly around Tampa once. But we'll be taking off sort of out to the north over Tampa, turn back over the bay, and then we will be following the coast down to Naples, out over 10,000 Islands, over Key West, and then out of the Straits of Florida. And we sort of loop around to Havana, and then we will get out and enjoy some rum drinks. And, well, I guess the passengers will. I shouldn't. And then get back in the plane and fly back is the plan for today. So for our... I'll start getting the aircraft set up. Here's our... I realized I have the Southwest layout, which I don't like, so I might have trouble finding stuff, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, without any further ado, thanks for joining me. If you well, I always say thanks for everyone, meaning no one, for tuning in. But yeah, these are mostly for me to watch back, but if anyone does pop in, say hi on the Twitch chat, and I'll be happy to bullshit with you. That's why I'm doing this too, to talk to people if possible. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do to get started is do a couple of quick little overhead things here. Let's go to some in-game sound. You can hear clicks and such. Clicks. Yeah, so on the overhead here, just some of the basic systems. We're on ground power right now. I've already got the battery on. Some lights for us. Go ahead and turn some seatbelts on. That's all I think I care about doing for right now. And this all looks good. I'm going to set up the computer. If you see kind of on the stream, I've got my favorite part of the hobby next to the, the sim, I suppose. Although, arguably, this is my favorite part. I've got this cool WinWing, what do they call this bad boy? The MCP main control panel, and the CDU down here. It's a flight management computer. And this is the, what do they call this guy? Yeah, CDU, something data unit, computer data unit, something along these lines. So anyway, this is all in the game too, but it's fun to play with the peripherals and the gear. It's kind of the fun part of the hobby. So that's what I'm up to. So what I'm doing right now is I will set up the aircraft, the computer namely, and we'll kind of look at the we can look at a few things here. We'll be looking at our nav display and primary flight display while I set up some of this stuff, and I'll be doing that here. So let's do some things, and then we'll do a briefing in a minute. So FMC, make sure we are in a 737-800. Yes. Do our position in it. We are coming from Kilo Tango Alpha. No, it's not Alpha. It's Kilo Tango Papa Alpha. That's Tampa as our reference airport. Jump down here, grab a GPS coordinate, tell the aircraft where we are. Okay, go to our route. Again, Tampa. And Cuba Havana is Mike Uniform Hotel Alpha. So Mike Uniform Hotel Alpha MUHA. And today we are our usual Southwest 462 November. And there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in just some quick departure arrival information. So we can look on the charts as well too. I can show you a little bit what we're up to, but here we are in Tampa. We're going to be doing this Gandhi 8 RNAV departure, which is basically just vectors that will take off. I'm going to stay 01 or runway 1 right, even though it looks like they just changed taking off to the south, but I'd rather fly up around Tampa. The winds are very calm here in Tampa, so no big deal there. But we will just be taking off and heading down south. So let's go back and start. So like I said, we're doing this Gandhi departure. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so like I said, that Gandhi, and we are doing the Sabi transition, and we are going to decide to just stay 01 or 1 right, route, activate, execute, and our arrival today will be this entry 5 on Kanoa. Transition, and we'll be landing. I'm just going to do the kind of ILS runway 06, and I'll just have final. No, we don't need any transitions for this. We could fly like the VOR too if we wanted. We'll see how the weather is. Just do visual probably. Okay, so we've got some of the basics in there. I'm going to go ahead and finish out our flight route here on the nav display. You can see here we will be plugging in the rest of our flight plan, so you can kind of see that here on this map. We got a little bit of it in, but I got to fill out the parts between Sabi and our final destination. I'm gonna go ahead, go to the route page. I was on the route page. Go to page 2. So after Sabi, it looks like on our route here, we're going to be going Sabi direct to Carter. So that's Kilo Alpha Romeo Tango Romeo. Direct to Lulz. Lima Uniform, Lima Sierra. Got that there. And then we are taking a in the sky, highway in the sky, Yankee 196, 196. The Yankee 196 is the highway we're taking, and that's to Kanawha, so I'll go ahead and close that discontinuity, execute, and now if we went to our legs page, and I'm on the plan mode here, so if we were to look at our little nav map here, over on the right here, I can go ahead and step through to make sure it looks like. So we will be taking off 01, and it's just giving us vectors out off to the north, or it brings us around to Gandhi. Go. And then from Gandhi, just double checking everything, pairs, Murdo. I can go ahead and here we can see Gandhi, pairs, Murdo, and we can get some of our top altitude stuff here. So yeah, this is looking good for now. Let's keep stepping through. Sabi, Carter, Lulls, Kanawha, entry, and then the rest of this bar. Yep, and then just straight in. That Woolsey is the final approach fix for the ILS into Havana. So yeah, awesome. That looks good. Let's set up some other stuff now. So let's read a chart too. We can start setting up our overhead panel now. Although let me actually set up the weights and whatnot. This is the, I'm gonna have to see 257. I have the wrong chart layout, so I actually have to figure out where all the stuff is. Arrival fuel. I'm looking for my reserve fuel. Guess I can just add like 2, 3, about, let's call it 5. Okay, and the cost index today, which is the fuel price, where is, I saw the CI somewhere. I hate this chart. Or excuse me, this flight plan, this OFB. I have no idea where anything is on this. Is that right? Looks like it said 6. Cruise cost index. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. I'm just, like I said, got a stupid wrong chart, or OFB here. So it did look like cost index 6, like that. And today we're going up 390. Start. 390. The winds up there are 275 at 55. And what's it up there? Minus 57. So that's like minus. Okay, good enough for what we're up to. Okay, execute that. do the N1 limit, and I'll have to do a. This doesn't have the sim brief performance calculator. Although let's see, on takeoff, wind, temp. It doesn't give us a select temp or anything on this, so I'll have to run the quick sim brief. Performance calculator. If it ever loads, do some other stuff meantime here. Go over our charts here. So we will be taking off 0, 1 or 1 right is blue 7. I'm gonna go ahead and set my course and initial heading. And takeoff is probably up there. We'll figure that out. And the top climb is top altitude 6,000 to start. Go ahead. The flight director's on. So climb on heading 007 to 540 feet, then climb on heading 003, or as assigned by ATC, which we don't have today. I'm offline today. So sim brief. Do you have a? Where is your performance calculator? All right, performance and tools. We are a Boeing 737-800. We are the Zebo one. We are at KT. Runway 01 right. Our weight today is 37. All right, 378. 12.18. Okay, flaps 5, thrust, optimum, bleed, setting, auto, anti-ice will be off. The wind is variable, 5 knots, outside air temperature 22. The QNH is 30.14. I'm going to set that here to 0.4. It is dry, flex, and we don't need to calculate. Okay, so now I can do our N1 limit. It looks like what it likes for us today is to do a assume temp is 50. So select temp 50. Outside we said was 22 degrees. See if this prefers anything. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this takeoff 1. Climb 2 is good for me. Takeoff, flaps 5, center of gravity, yes, and the speed's 136, 137, 142. We'll take the sim brief. They're a little higher. 37, 137, 144. Okay, sweet. That is set. All right. I guess let's start. We've got that flight plan in. We said our V speed. So what these are, V1, basically when you have to decide to take off or hit the brakes. VR is when you pull back the flight controls and take off. V2 is the lowest speed at which you can climb on one engine. Shouldn't be a problem for us today. And we will be... I'll just be doing a kind of heading. Yeah, we'll just be taking off, flying, heading, and vectors, and speed up to 2. So, okay, things are looking good over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the aircraft going here. A couple other things. Set my FMC legs page over here. I'll go ahead and go through that one more time once we get there. But let's get this puppy going. So first things first, get the APU on. So get a fuel pump on for it. Go ahead and start it. The window heat on. That can stay off. That can stay off. That trim air comes on. Today we're going flight level 390, and Havana is what is my airport elevation? 210. Okay, 100. Put the anti-collision on. And I think I hear the APU starting up. There you go. So yeah, the APU, auxiliary power unit, it creates compressed air. We're on ground power right now, but now the auxiliary power unit will power us up. Alright, we got it, so let's go ahead. APU comes on. Good. I'm going to just get the fuel pumps going because I'm going to push back in 2 seconds here. Get these hydraulic pumps going. APU bleed air can come on. So the anti-collision light is on. I'll go ahead and put our position light on. And that will do it for me here. Before we do checklists, let's set RTO. Okay. Looks as expected. For at least now, I'm not gonna do much of the stuff down here. I mean, I could put in the ILS, or at least some. Are there any? Is there a VOR situation around Gandy? This ain't Pete VOR, but we're okay. I'm not gonna go through this stuff because I'm just want to get up in the air here. But you know, this is kind of the stuff I'm practicing: radio communications and some of that. But that's neither here nor there for the moment. The other thing I will do is lock the door, which I never do. There are all our passengers back there. Close the door. And where are you? Right, locked out. Everything else looks good here. Get rid of sim brief. Right. Alright, so that was all of our pre-flight stuff. Oh man, I keep forgetting my little condensed checklist, but that's okay. We can go ahead and jump into our before start checklist. I didn't do the briefings. We'll do the briefings right after I do this. So the CDU is set. This control panel is set. I'm not going to worry about setting the baro. Altimeter is set 3014. Okay, VORs. I don't think I have any plugged in. I can find that same P1 before we leave. But on the MCP, the course is set 007. Flight director is on. V2 is set. Heading is 007. Altitude, we're going up to 6,000. LNAV, VNAV, don't need them for right now. Auto brake is RTO. Fuel panel is set with the fuel pumps on. No center fuel today. We have 13,000 pounds. Flight deck door or hydraulic panel and seat belts are on and set. Flight deck door is locked. The trim I haven't set yet. I'll do that in a minute. And let's do our taxi takeoff briefing. to look at what we're doing. So today we will be go on plan mode here, and we kind of see what's going on this side. So at least in terms of our pushback and taxi, we'll be pushing back facing to the sort of southeast on Yankee, pushback on Yankee, Juliet to Charlie. We will cross runway 10 on Charlie, and we'll take full length Charlie 1. And yeah, runway is 2,500 meters, plenty for us. And okay. Then as far as actual departure, like we said here, we'll be taking off. Once we get over 500 feet, we will kink over to 003, and then I will fly, I guess since we're going to Gandy, I'll go west and just kind of loop around. We'll fly over Tampa, St. Pete, and get some little views, avoid MacDill. But then, yeah, it's Gandy. I'll kind of check against our route here. So there will be Gandy, 162, 163 here to Pairs, then Murdo, yes, to Sabi, and then we'll on the rest of our routes. All right, cool. Take off ref page. All right. Otherwise, minimum MSA 2,700 feet. That will be fine. All right, cool. So that felt like I did everything, and let's get the pushback going. Is here? No, ground services. All right, so we're on the APU. Let's get the JPU disconnected. Parking brake is set so we can get the chocks. Let's get better pushback and pre-plan our pushback. So here is Yankee. I'll just I'll have it push back all the way. Okay.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
All right, we'll go ahead and
ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Yeah, this is Tampa. There's a train coming from nowhere. Okay. And going nowhere. Underneath, you can come out the other side. You can see the tow coming up. Here's our pretty Southwest livery.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, they will connect. Go back over to plan mode here. I'm gonna zoom in for myself, and on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and center this, and now I can kind of get a little bit of a 360 view of what's going on. Alright, feel okay, plane's lifting up there. That's the tug.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this last bit. So our anti-collision light is and transponder is just currently on standby. That's fine, we're not live. And let's go ahead and get the packs off and get ready to start this puppy up. brakes off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, thank you. So, start engine 2. So, watching N2 rise. That is one of the fans in the turbine engine firing up. And at about 23%, we will add fuel to the mix. And when that happens, science and explosions and fire and heat happen. Very nice. Okay, engine 1 start. Let's do engine 2. Let's do engine 1. Same deal. %, fuel. Just really now we've got some tailwind, but like I said, I'd rather be a little bit of a bad boy here and fly out over Tampa so I can see it. Alright. Temperature of the probes is coming down. Oh. This is doing something a little weird too.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, nice. So, while they are disconnecting, I will do some other stuff. Go ahead and switch over to our generators and isolation valve, or excuse me, packs are auto, isolation valve off, or auto, APU bleed off, and set start switch continuous, AP come off. Go ahead and throw some taxi lights on and fasten seat belts. We can ping everybody. Alright, nice. Now that
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Does I have fun? Nice. I will do that. Alright, so our trim is 6. So go ahead and set the trim. 6, and our flaps are 5. Flaps set. Control check. See, the flaps are moving. The flaps. Get our system page out. I will make sure my yoke is plugged in. Full up, pull down, full left, full right, and the rudder, full left, right. Myself situated here. Alright, so the before taxi checklist, I think I just did everything. So let's see, generators are on, probe heat is, I'll just keep it auto. Anti-ice, don't need today, packs are auto, isolation valve is auto, engine bleeds are on, APU bleed is off, engine start switch is continuous, engine start levers, idle detent, check, and flaps are set. 5, flight controls are checked, ground equipment is clear, so we will be ready to go. Okay, so like I said, we will be taking this Yankee Juliet 2, which is right there. So Yankee Juliet 2, and then we will be heading the rest of the way. So let's go ahead. Parking brake is off. Give us a little bit of thrust. Rid of our system page. We are off. I haven't played the sim in a while. Yeah, how bad my taxiing skills have gotten over the hiatus. Oh, there's the tram. So Tampa has a tram to the terminals. I don't think the scenery here is much to look at, but I mean, for default scenery, as usual, it's pretty solid. I haven't gone down. Shooting already. Haven't gone down that rabbit hole totally yet. Okay, so we are looking for Charlie. Lima. The next one. Go. We are on Juliet, Charlie, and yeah, but mainly happy that this was the end of the semester. My clients usually are racing during the end of the semester because they're academics, which means I have to do stuff for them. My gig. So I've been editing articles last 2 weeks, and I am very happy to be done with those, even though they were fascinating. You know, what this stream is really about is how much I hate work. I'm gonna go ahead here and stop short of, you know, it's a good job, but the working itself. I'm gonna stop short here, runway 10. Let's imagine some VFR traffic is landing. So I will actually be right back. Take care of something before we take off. So let me just give you the, where's my BRB? Okay, I'll be right back when we take off in a moment. Let the suspense build. Okay, estoy aquí. Alright. I think all my real life stuff is handled before I take off. Let's say we're still waiting. It's very slow VFR traffic coming in. Make sure I don't have any stuff I care about in real life. No, we're good. Alright, awesome. So, one thing I will do as we're waiting here is, I'll put the weather on. I keep reaching for the right side EFIS, which, I don't have. Would be a little frivolous. But I'll get terrain, even though there shouldn't be much around these parts. And I can go ahead and get our TCAS on. Okay, so let's say we got cleared to cross the runway, so do that. Turn some. I'm just keeping the logo light on because I cannot ever hit that switch. Alright. So we can, so you can see here we're crossing runway 10 heading to the south. I'm coming because it's just us. The lights are some of my, just in terms of the game itself, are some of the most annoying switches. The click spots suck. Right at the top of my speed. So it looks like if the wind is... Alright, so we're getting kind of a little bit of a tailwind, crosswind, but yeah. All for the love of seeing Tampa. So we'll be taking Charlie 1 here. So is this airport one of the ones that... Okay, this one. I forget where I went the other day. My scenery was totally scuffed. Okay, let's hold short here. Get our last stuff together. Go ahead. Okay, so let's get lights on. Strobe can come on. Get my auto throttle armed, and all right, let's do our before takeoff checklist. I think I did everything. Flaps are 5 set. Green light. Trim is set 6 units. Check. Cure. Strobe lights are on. Wing lights are on. TARA. Weather radar terrain is on. Landing lights on. And we will run the chrono as we get going. So let's say we got cleared for takeoff. I've seen some of them. I keep meaning to look that up. I say it every goddamn stream. That they kind of throw the logo light off now. I see them throw that taxi light off as like a reminder that they actually got the clearance. But it could just be particular SOP. So, let's go ahead and we'll go rolling takeoff here because I feel good. So we will take off, go into heading, speed, and fly around Tampa for a minute, and then head to Gandy waypoint. Alright, approach sector is clear. Ugly lineup, very ugly. First up. All right, let's go. Engine stable at 40. Toga. All right. Sure here. You're the co-pilot in a second.
80 knots.
All over the place. Hold.
Rotate.
Rotate. Pulling back.
Positive brake.
Alright, gear up. Alright, so we'll just fly out. When we hear the 400-foot call out.
400.
There we go, so we're just passing that 500. Wants us to turn 003.
1,000.
Check. So 1,000, we are pitching down. Okay, so flaps 1. Jumped the gun a little bit there. Oh, bugging up would be smart, you dumbass. Well, so that'll do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the autopilot going. Go ahead and set level change and now I will speed us up. 250. Alright, that was a pretty ugly takeoff. Play golf somewhere around there. Alright, and flaps come up. Take a look around. I will turn the exterior volume down a little because it's pretty loud out there. But alright, cool, Tampa. We're climbing. So there's where we came from. North Tampa, New Tampa. I think I just flew over my old house. Yep. Cool.
1,000 to go.
So I am going to go ahead and turn us back toward Gandy. I'll just stay heading. That's fine. MCP speed alt acquired. Alright, let me do my after takeoff. RTO off. Landing gear. Up here. Keep the lights on for now. Come on. And alright, that's well, now let's do our after takeoff. Engine bleeds are on, packs auto, isolation valve auto. Start switches are auto off, landing gear is up and off. Yes, auto brake is off, and flaps are up, no lights. Alright, cool. So we are flying. I'll start climbing in a little bit. So if this were Microsoft, this would look a lot better. X-Plane looks good kind of, you know, when you blur your eyes. And I think the atmosphere in X-Plane looks really good, even though it's a pretty normal day out here. Or I should say, just not very, not much going on weather-wise today. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just go direct Andy here. Let's go ahead and activate LNAV and VNAV. And let's start our climb. As I recall, here is our departure. Top altitude 6,000. Here we are. I'll stay low for one more second here. course. And let's go up to... Alright, N1, VNAV speed. Let's see what Zebo likes to do. It's been going to like 5,000 feet per second. Look at this. I can't imagine it would do that in real life, which is pretty aggressive. But then it starts evening out. I'll ask one of the German bros. Alright. Alright, nice. There's Tampa Airport. There's MacDill Air Force Base, which is just a blob here. So yeah, this is Grand Hyatt is one of these, and there's a really good restaurant called Oyster Catchers down in here, and there's a beautiful walk to the bay down here, I believe it is, and you can have dinner at the roof of the Grand Hyatt and you overlook the bay, and it is absolutely beautiful. So any Tampans in here, go have dinner at the well, at Oyster Catchers you get a good view too, but that's just a regular, that's ground level. Alright, 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get the lights off. Cool. And we are accelerating. I'm going to go ahead and get us up to, well, let's just get up to where we need to be. 390. Okay, 390 is set. Heading is set. Alright, everything's looking good. St. Pete, we'll be flying right over good old Tropicana. Where are you, Trop? They actually, and the other day the modeling was so crappy. Sorry, I'm looking around at some other stuff, but yeah, I think that's supposed to be the Trop, yeah, off the. Looks kind of funny, generic. I just read today they're starting to put in the new field, so that will be nice to see. What do we got here? Water. Yeah, St. Pete is super nice. Yeah, the Tropicana Field, home of my Tampa Bay Rays. My buddy used to live somewhere like in here, and he used to be able to ride his bike. I mean, you could practically just walk to the Trop, and you can get real inexpensive tickets. And this is where's like DeSoto? Is that out here? Man, one time I had this funny experience. We went out with my father-in-law and on his boat, and when he makes me drive, so he doesn't have to worry about it. But man, this is a very active boat ramp. I'm pretty sure this is Fort DeSoto up here. I don't know, it could be down here. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have to look at it. Although, doesn't this thing have a... Alright, Gulfport. So actually, believe it or not, Gulfport, my now wife and I, it's a nice kind of a little romantic, a little sleepy, but so where the hell is this DeSoto? Man, it's been so long, I can't remember how far you drive down. It must just be the end of St. Pete Beach. Anyway, the funny thing was, it's a super active boat ramp, and you have like me who has no fucking idea what he's doing, driving and at that point he had like a 30-foot diving boat. So I was a slowpoke coming in while all these people were like racing up onto their slips. All right, we're passing 18,000. That was close. Well, not close, meaning it was close to 18,000. So we're okay. But yeah, I have many good memories of this part of the world. And that is why I'm flying over it today, because like I said, it's in the 20s Fahrenheit where I am, so negative C's, and I do not like going outside right now. It sucks. So I will pretend to be warm here. One thing we can do, let everybody, how's our climb going? Yep, under 5 degrees, under 7, so people can take their seat belts off. Everything else good up here. Alright, so I am just enjoying views today. Because if this were IRL and I was heading down to Havana, I would be sitting here chilling. I would get a nice cocktail for this. Hope autopilot and just kick up. Okay, I whacked my yoke. So yeah, this is Sarasota. Pretty sure. Yeah, this looks like Sarasota. They have like the airport. Yeah, right here. This is Sarasota. And then yeah, Sarasota also very nice. My wife's family vacations out here somewhere. Oh, so this must be whatever that St. Armand Circle looks like right here. Shops and stuff like that. I got married somewhere around here, and there's good fried hot dogs, right? Are they right off? I think so. The Salty Dog. Go get oysters and fried hot dogs. That's what I am thinking about today. I could go for one of those bad boys right about now. Oh, so I have some, speaking of flavor. So we're in the Southwest. I was looking for, going through my sack earlier, and I found a bag of the Stellar mini pretzel braids, which are like, what are they? They're like, those sesame seed guys. Anyway, that's the Southwest food. So we'll have that for our pre-flight snack, as they are actually. Where's Rob? Where are you, Rob? Yeah. So this can be us. Although, is there a bald guy? All right, that can be us. I go for the baldness over ethnicity. I identify more with the bald. Yeah, here's Rob Lowe, always coming with us on the Zebo, and so he and I can have some of. He probably got some good stuff, but I'll be eating my Southwest food soon on this empty aircraft to That's the one thing I would be nice if I could get the Zebo to populate the aircraft with more people, but that's about as best we get. Alright, so this also isn't a very long flight. Let me do some things. Where's... go to the progress page. Alright, top of climb is in about 80 nautical miles. There it is, and then top of descent is sort of right on that Kanoa. So one thing I'm going to do also, just to give myself a little reminder, I'm going to grab this Kanoa waypoint here and go to my fixed page, plug it in, just give myself a 40 mile ring, nautical mile ring, so that you can see it on the map there. By the time we get there, I will be able to know to start planning. Bring the oops, switch to map or plan mode, I think. See if we can get our vertical profile. Alright, cool. Everything in here is looking good. Oh, that was our I was having an X-plane all these jitters, and then when I started up the stream, but they're all gone now. I actually turned frame generation off. I mean, I think the sim, I have it running pretty well as far as I can tell. Maybe if I had fancier airports or something, I'd lose frames a little bit more. So I might buy a couple of big payware airports at some point, or at least get some bigger payware airports off xplane.to or wherever they got them. I wonder what neighborhood this is. Oh, is this the Villages? Oh no, they're not out on the water there. Rotunda. Huh. Weird spot. Placida, Coral Creek. Claims that's Gasparilla City. So yeah, what do we got here? This is it's Fort Myers now, or Naples? Which one comes first? Fort Myers. Fort Myers. I mean, god damn it, man. Look at this. I mean, you know, it makes sense. I get it. But Jesus, what an ugly, ugly piece of land. The grid. Florida grid. This is a problem in Florida. Well, there's many problems in Florida. I had to stop myself there. This is some sort of, you see all these canals. That has nothing to do with it. But basically, like, every Florida city is the same. There's going to be, like, some main, very heavily traffic strip that just has, like, you could be anywhere in the country, malls and stores, and then grid everywhere. Although Fort Myers probably has a grid so people can take their boats out to go fishing, so I'll at least give them that much, or whatever they do. But yeah, Florida, it's so much driving around. That's why I like living in a small town now, because I don't have to drive. Alright, Fort Myers. I had some friends work down here at the uni at some point, which I think is in Fort Myers, not Naples. Nice. Okay, let's go to our map. Alright, cool. of Mexico / America. Maybe it'll be like a Burma, Myanmar situation at some point. But I'm pretty sure it's Gulf of America on all the new stuff. It's stupid. But whatever. The Mexican-American Gulf. That seems like the compromise. Alright, how's our line up our heading? But yeah, we are at top of time. So progress, I've got alright, 16 nautical miles. Let's grab a little lunch. This flight is so short that I kind of want to listen to some King Gizzard. Well, at least while we're getting close to Miami, I might as well. That was where they ended the couch door. Where did they go? St. Augustine. So we're too far away from St. Augustine. Let's see. On hypertension. Oh, evil death roll. Sorry, I won't let Stu yell right into everyone's face. Well, that time I will, not for the rest. This is so true to life right now. Except I usually sit here and I eat my Southwest snack. Although I guess no, that's too far back. 7C, I think it is. But yeah, this is full immersion right now. Southwest in-flight snack. I'm not gonna lie, these are actually pretty good. Near 10,000 islands. Go fishing. Get lost. Well, I guess these days you don't have to worry that much. I've never been down to this part. I've been to the Everglades. Everglades is quite the experience, let me say that. Almost looks like an airfield. Let's check. Airport. Kilo Tango. November Tango. Might be that one. Alright, I should start thinking about descent slightly. And just so I can enjoy all desert is a quieter. Alright, so where are we going? MUHA. Okay, winds aren't bad. We're coming from Noah to entry. Entry Hotel Alpha 407. Okay, what kind of instructions do we have here? Entry 5, proceed 178 to entry. The heading book. At or above flight level 4,000. What is the transition here? Translation level by ATC, so we'll just do our normal thing. Current weather, let's get the altimeter. Oh yeah, some pascals. It is going to be 1019. Yeah. We can set the minimum precision height on the ILS. 120. And I'll go ahead and set our inbound course, doing some of the 060. Everything looking good there, and we want to be at 2,000 by we'll see. Okay. Although it's going to be high. I'm almost positive it always keeps me way high there, so I'm going to have to do some math once we get to our top of the descent. If I need to lose that much. I just noticed in the Zebo, it's not, when it says above, it's like a very liberal above. We'll see. I can go hold it somewhere. Alright, let's get the ILS. 105. skip the Havana VOR to 1161 and ILS is 110.5. I'll keep the VOR up now. Missed approach wants us to go 154 away from the Havana VOR. So that's fine with me. I'll just kind of keep the Havana VOR on both sides. And the ILS. Alright, so the main thing, all we really need to worry about is just descending, getting to 2,000. So if it's above flight level 4,000, I guess transition's probably going to be 4,000 feet. And for our actual landing, we will just be coming in from that Halsey waypoint and need to be at 2,000 standard ILS. Alright, cool. And then the actual airport, do I have it? The actual airport. Airport parking. Alright, 4,000 meters, plenty of room. We will land and hopefully take we'll shoot for Echo, because then we can come right into Terminal Creek and take a spot. Cool. Alright, we're getting there. I will do our descent, or our landing calculations as well. So, MUHA. Runway 6, it is dry. The winds were variable at 4 knots. So let's just say it's 6. Four. Okay, and it is 28. It's warm. UNH 1019. Flaps 3, landing, air conditioner will be on, and anti-ice will be off. Brakes, let's see what auto brake 2 gives us. And our landing weight, so look here on our ref page, we're currently at 132,500 pounds. We'll be losing about 2 tons. So let's call it 130.5. Alright, and calculate. And auto brake 2 looks like it should do the job for us here. So VRAP 146. Yeah, like that. 30. Set auto brake 2. Top of descent coming up very quickly. Picking up the VOR as well. 100 miles as the crow flies. So We're at 39. I gotta lose 37. Ooh, excuse me. So need about 120 miles for that. Wind is some headwind. That makes sense. Alright, so we gotta lose 32,000. So 32 times 3, 369. Yeah, so let's call it 100 miles plus. Where am I now? Oh, there we go. So 60 got 1100. So in Canwa, 20. So should be okay with my rule of 3 math, which, as I believe it goes, is we would take, so we're at 39, flight level 390, we want to get to 2,000, so, well, we want to get to 2,000, so the difference is 370. So we need to lose that much, so you take that times 0.3, I guess, really. Oh, it's 3.7. I was doing this 2,000 now. So we need 121 nautical miles. We've got a headwind, and we need for slow down to something like 130 to 140 is safe for us. So if the top of the descent is just before Canada, it's 53. How much farther we got? There's progress to Kenwa 53. I think I'm almost. That's only 10. So, I mean, actually, the top of the descent point looks pretty good. But, alright, that's kind of my rule of 3 stuff. It's always helpful and seems to work. I wonder if that's in there. Yeah, okay, cool. Above, 0 or 0.4. Pretty cool part of hot water. Water. Did it. Is Canada the Key West? Woo! Okay, Key West was the previous waypoint. So there's Key West. We missed it. Here's the airport. This is one of the airfields, naval airfield, something or other. Actually, this is Alright, we can enjoy a little bit. This should be some chill gizzard. Chill-ish, for whatever reason. It's float along. Again, we got all kinds of fitting king gizzard today. Alright, top of descent coming up, so I'm going to set, we can start going. So our next constraint is just above 4,000, so we can go all the way down. We're just gonna, let's see how we do. Okay, 4,000 set, heading is off. Okay, descent checklist, anti-ice is required. We're alright. Pressurization looks all good. Landing altitude is set 400. Landing data, we have our flaps. They're going to be flaps 30. VREF is 146 minimums are 420 feet. We did our little approach briefing. So approach briefing coming from Camo, just a nice steady descent. Get down to this 4,000 and we return inbound. We'll have 15 miles to lose that 2,000 feet. Good. Alright, and then we will be doing the ILS. Simple. Straightforward. I like on the charts it says don't land at runway 05 at this Air Force base or whatever it is. Alright, top of descent coming up. Yeah, the 20 70, 80, 90, 100 plus change. Alright, retard. Still do feel a little high. I guess I needed to, well, I calculated the 2,000, but really we're going to that 4,000. Flight level of 40 first. Okay, so VNAV pass. Alright, headwind should help us, although it's going to be crosswind in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. I have turned the signal sign back on. I'd like to ask you to please return to your seats.
Oh, good. I reminded myself. Alright. Do I care about anything up here right now? No. Nope. Turning. Reset the heading mode accordingly. IRL, I think it would be really sweet to go to Cuba. Damn it, I didn't see. I swear to God, I'll never remember that. Forgot that they're yeah. Just go. Okay, so you can't have the. I like Avitab just kind of loose instead of in the EFB. Pretty good addition. Here you go. Jason Galea cover. But yeah, this was the last of the show. Really good one. It's one of my favorite songs on there. Alright, 7 minutes till the song is over. So let me check our progress page real quick. See when I'm going to be getting places. Got this lag again. Alright, so what's the current time? 18:04. Okay. So we will end our gizzard on Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, which is probably the end of the set because there looks like playing microtonal stuff after that. Cuba! So, this is sort of some of the stuff I'm trying to watch. I was watching some real videos the other day, and I noticed, at the very least, they on the auto thrust, they fight that a lot. Ooh, dragon. Dragon, he says, welcome to hell. Do a little dragon riff jam. And then they'll go back to Float Along for your lungs later. But we can go ahead and this is just some gives later. Alright, in the meantime, back to flying the aircraft. We are on path. Okay. So we already did our descent checklist. Next will be our approach checklist. I guess I'll wait till, I don't know, and I'll just do 18,000, turn all my lights on. I wonder, this is one thing I'm curious about. Does it know Havana? I'm actually sure where in the FMC it gets its QNH and or at least the transition information. 'Cause, you know, when you're flying in the US, the second you go under 18, it knows. So this should. Let's see if we get drag required. A little hazy. Clouds, no big deal. We are going fast. Alright, 18,000. Go ahead and do some lights. Looks like it is getting us to 4,000. According to the banana. Although, yeah, drag. We are going pretty fast. We'll go fast. So put the speed brake out and see the speed coming down. And let's put the speed brake back in. Alright, we're not enjoying it at the moment. Okay, so we're looking good. We're all ready to land. I know what I'm doing. Let me actually grab more situational awareness. I'll go to fix. It's going to replace this camera. Give me a 20 mile ring. Give me a 10. Now on our on our nav display, we've got some rings so I can orient myself. But I'm basically just gonna stay. I'll nav VNav, I think, for this whole puppy. As I get close, I'll arm the approach, and that should do it. But everything's looking good here. I guess I'll tell it. I wonder how this works in real life. They must just, if they give you a QNH, it must just override the light level, I would think. I could ask. That's something I should ask. German bros. Alright, let's check the weather again real quick here. Airports. MUHA. Refresh. Alright, we're still 1019, so variable 4 knots. Should be no factor. Some clouds right at the end of the there. And the airport should be right around here somewhere. It's like always it must be like flying a plane. This is always right in your view of whatever you're trying to look at. Cuba, there's probably very limited satellite scenery, at least in the game. But that, I think, is that other airport. See, look how we're so high above the 4,000. How much do you... I have to rethink my decel time bad. That seems like the problem here. I go down to that final 2000. Alright, I've got some speed brakes out. A little more speed brakes. Cause yeah, till our next waypoint we have 10 miles. And when it's 12:18. Yeah, I need it more. Alright, FMC speed. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the speed brakes out just so we get down. Alright, speed window open. And here comes the inbound. Yeah, I would have liked to have been much lower. Oh, here's the turn. About 10 miles, I'll start doing all my laps. Coming in, I like coming in a little hot. Now I'm gonna slow down in a sec. I know once I get 20 miles, and I'm gonna keep the speed brake so that we fall out of the sky. Because I feel high, and I am high. Zebo looks like it's correcting. I'll wait till at the salt point. Salt point. Go down to the up speed, get some flaps out. Alright, I'm going to imagine we got standard. Or not standard. Because I know we're able to put us a little higher. Down. Alright, MCP speed, vertical speed. I don't want to get us. I feel high and exposed. Okay, vertical speed. Coming to the 4,000 above, so at least we've got that in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to VNAV, open up the speed window. Here's our decel point. I'm gonna get us down to our up speed. Oh, I just spaced out too. Alright, that was dumb of me. Hold there. speed brake and go flaps 1. Down here. We are 2,000 above. And I want to be, oh, just 2,000 there, so good. Like I said, I just want to get us down here. And then we'll be braking like a bat out of hell.
Thousand to go.
Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and go flaps 5. Kind of right at the limit there. I'm going to give us a little speed brake. Okay, approach check with nav radios are set, altimeters are set, runway auto brake is set, missed approach, fly out, turn right, go to the VOR, external lights are on. Okay, let's, we're close, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump gear, slow us down, and go flaps 15, a little bit in the, go down to VRF. So this is coming in a bit aggressively, put the speed brakes in. Zero, do I need to intervene here? Auto thrust. Alright, we're pretty far below on that auto thrust there, so go ahead and crank it. Oh. So we're gonna have to adjust. I don't know how well we'll be able to. Let's see. On that. Alright, let's go flaps 30. So bad. I sync rate. Give everyone a little bit of turn this 3 white for high. Piece A red.
500.
Okay.
400.
Oh.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Yeah.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Alright. Brakes, reversers.
80 knots.
Errors. Braking. Braking. And we're looking for Echo. Auto brake off. Spoilers in. Flaps. Damn it! That was on my fault. I kind of wasn't paying attention to anything. Let the key. Off the key. Alright, APU on. Alright, we'll look at that in a sec though. Not a whole lot worth looking. That was just what I wanted to do. Sure. What's the parking space? Yeah, I guess this 11 must be jump. Got double. Oh, that's the 12 and 12 right. Parking brake set. I'm upset. All right. Throw off taxi. Who? Yeah, I did a dumb. Shocks. GPU. I'll go over to the power. BP. Off. And That is a anti-collision. Yeah. Okay. A very bad landing. The whole approach was scuffed. What I get for not practicing for a couple of weeks. Stupid work. Okay. So yeah, that was a my stable approach. Warning, caution, caution. Yeah, I ended up hitting real hard. But I mean, this is sort of the what I thought was gonna happen. But yeah, I was. There were a couple of things. It was like one of those things where it's a good example of when you mess up one little thing that leads to a lot of little things messing up. And so I was just on the LNAV, and for some reason when I looked down, again, it was like one of these, I should have, that's why you need a co-pilot to confirm. It was, I still had 4,000 in my head when I looked at the chart. We had already passed Woolsey, and like I said, I had like it was a brain fart on this leg right here, which is an important leg. So I was still high at Woolsey, but like I said, I think I was reading this Hotel Alpha as Woolsey and just needed to be above 2. And what happened was, by the time when I looked down, I realized we were way high, and that meant I missed the approach, and so I just had to dump everything. But part of that was I was too busy looking at the speed dropping, and so the Zebo autopilot had just like lagged. I was at that point, I don't have any, what it was. What was my VREF? Was like 140 something. I was like 10 knots below that. So I took a peek over at my engines to just get the hardware kind of set up right. Because in the Zebo, when the autopilot is on, you have to like pass the threshold. And so anyway, what I ended up doing was like hitting the thrusters forward, or the throttles forward, and then what is it? Thrust in the Airbus. Anyway, yeah, when I did that, just sort of had a slight. I had an overload of information, first of all, though not bad. I knew I was like cutting auto throttle, but I should have just went visual right there, because I had the runway in sight, and I was at least close enough where I think I could have corrected, even though that probably was like a go around situation, missed approach, and I should have just flew out to the holding point. But I tried to sort of recoup to see what happened, and for demonstration purposes, and yeah, and that's what happened. So I had to just drop us like 2,000 feet per minute at one point, to try and get us back down and go a little fast, but felt like I bounced. I guess we can check that. Flight mode. Go all the way back to where I I don't have the flight plan. Okay. So I think I can play it fast from here and see what happens. But I was coming in, hauling ass. I had 2,000 set. FMC speed, VNF path. Yeah, this, like I said, this is where I had screwed up because I got my, my mental picture wrong of I was 2,000 feet high, essentially, than where I wanted to be. I guess I'm not going to get any indications. But yeah, that's when I started freaking out. And then that's when I stopped thinking. But actually, I think I was okay for the moment. I couldn't trim the aircraft. I was all over the place.
500, 400, 300.
So I ended up coming in too low, very low. Anyone standing here, you're fucked. And I think I landed in front of well, way in front of the touchdown zone, but or at least on the runway. Alright, so what did we learn? I shouldn't be listening to music while I'm flying. I already know this lesson because I get so distracted and don't concentrate on what I'm doing, and so shit like that happens. But for demonstration purposes, that's okay. Actually, I believe I hear some real life talking to me. So I am going to close the stream in a moment because I need to see some real life stuff. But oh, and the aircraft is gonna turn off because GPU didn't load in. There we go. And then depending, I might come back and do the return flight. But instead of just sitting here, and plus I probably need to restart anyway, I will go with a reload. But that was still a fun flight in the grand scheme of things. Just I need to turn the radio off. I was too enamored with the giz, which happens to the best of us. So, with that said, I will be back some other time and enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard as usual. And I'm possibly back in a little while. We will see. Let me see what real life brings. But all right, and then I'm looking forward to watching that one back to see more explicitly how I screwed up. But all good. So I will see you later.
Sometimes I think I wasn't cut out for this world. Sometimes I just feel like just a scumbag to everyone. I probably would have been better off, do my own thing.
You're not a scumbag, man.
I do like eating the scraps.
You like chicken.
I do like chicken. This one's about them chickens in the sky. I'd rather be amongst the clouds.
summer banquet, puddles of my wine, a revel in the present, each moment alive.